Hello there! Today I will show you how I make my favorite chocolate cake. And it's actually vegan and made with beetroot. But before you click away, let me assure you that you wouldn't be able to tell either of these. Well, at least I wasn't. It is moist, chocolatey, but at the same time surprisingly light. And that's why, even though I'm not vegan, it became my chocolate cake #1. If you are new to this channel, welcome! I'm Marta, and every Monday I share with you simple, healthy, family-friendly meal ideas. But now, because of Veganuary, I will be telling you about my favorite vegan recipes. And if you are interested in plant-based diet, you can click here to check out my vegan playlist. Okay, but now let's get to the chocolate cake. The first thing we need to do is to bake the beetroots. You could of course use those store-bought pre-cooked ones, but it is really easy to do it yourself. Simply throw them in the oven while baking other things. To protect them from drying, I used to wrap them in aluminium foil, but I've learned that because of the big amount of energy that we need to use to produce aluminium foil, it is way worse than plastic for the environment. Therefore, I experimented with other baking techniques. First, I simply coated a beetroot with olive oil, and I was hoping it would be enough to protect it from drying out in the oven. In my second try, I also used olive oil, but this time I additionally covered the beetroot with some baking paper. And as it turns out, both of those techniques work great. Because I baked the entire beets without pre-cutting them, they didn't even lose much juice. An easy way to check if they are cooked inside is to use a toothpick. Because after baking the skin is very soft, I don't bother to peel them. I just remove the few tougher bits and then I blend it. I use my mini food processor, but you could also do it with an immersion blender or finely grate it. So to make the cake, you will need half a cup of this beetroot puree. And if you're wondering what you could do with the leftover, you could either season it with salt, pepper, lemon juice, and shortly fry it with a bit of butter or olive oil, and it will make a great side dish. Or you could make these super easy pink beetroot crepes. Okay, so now the original recipe calls for plant milk. I love to use coconut milk here, and I adapted this recipe to use 1 can of it, which I then divide between the cake and the chocolate topping. Without shaking it first, I carefully open the can of coconut milk and I remove 150 grams of the solid fraction. I put it in a saucepan and I keep it for later. We will make the chocolate topping out of it. What's left in the can should be 250 grams of coconut milk. I transfer it into a big bowl and I add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and I set it on the side while preparing the dry ingredients. In another bowl I mix all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour, cocoa powder, baking soda and baking powder. I mix it all until the color is homogeneous. Now to the wet ingredients I add half a cup of beetroot puree, olive oil and an egg. I did previously do it with a real egg, but to make it vegan, use a flax egg. To make it, simply mix 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds with 3 tablespoons of hot water. Let it rest for 3 minutes and it will turn to this egg-like mixture. It is really a brilliant egg alternative. Now we need to mix all the ingredients. And at the end, I also love to add some flaky salt. Now I transfer it into an oven-proof dish and I bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for about 40 minutes. Once the baking time is almost over, it's time to prepare the chocolate topping. Simply warm up the coconut milk and once it's hot, remove it from the heat. Then add chopped dark chocolate and stir it until melted. I let the cake to cool down for about 10 minutes before I pour the chocolate over it. It has a dreamy, soft and moist texture, and it will definitely satisfy your chocolate craving. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to stay up to date with all my newest step-by-step recipes, do subscribe to my channel and click the bell so that you are notified when my newest videos are out. Thank you for watching until the end, and I hope to see you next Monday. Bye!